Alright guys, good morning. It's Wednesday morning. I'm heading into work. I shot up a video, if you haven't seen it, last night on which lever do you pull to put some money in your bank account, what's going to give you the highest impact. So this morning I just thought of some other things, and I just wanted to put out some kind of like Monday morning motivation. We'll do Wednesday morning motivation. So think about it, guys. Right now there's a young man or a young woman excuse me, in your shop you can go encourage right now, that you can mentor, because mentorship is the way to get everything to the next level. It's not the blind leading the blind through getting a bunch of guys together that don't know which way is up. It's not through one guy coming in and pretending to be an expert that's never done it. It's not through excuse me, it's not through one person saying that this is the way to do it, because I know. It's really more the journeyman type exercise like we used to do 50 years ago, where one guy takes his skills and he hands them to the next guy. That guy takes those skills, combines them with what he's learned, and he takes it to the next level. So mentorship, go to your young people in your business, the future, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, pour into them this morning, tell them good job. Go to your old guys that have been your rock, the ones you've been depending on, the ones that put up with all your crap that you always ask to work on Saturdays if you're not open on Saturday, or ask to work late and they always say yes, they never give you any pushback, and tell them thank you. Maybe, you know what, get them a gift certificate, mail it to their wife, tell them thank you, because they're the ones really paying the price. And then I want you to really stop and think, what could I do different going into August to kill it? So if you haven't paid attention to the calendar, we have a gift from God next month. We have what I teach in our Shop Fix classes as a tail at the beginning of the month and the end of the month. So here's what a tail is. If you've got a 23 business day month, 31 day month, which we only have 3 of, October, August, and March, and we have in August coming up 2 tails. So here's what a tail is. A tail is, let's say the month starts on the 1st on a Monday, rolls through 4 full weeks. We get 20 business days if you're a 5-day-a-week shop, 24 if you're a 6-day-a-week shop. Then you get to the very end of the month and it goes and it lands the 31st on a Wednesday. So you go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So what happens is you have 4.5 weeks. I don't know how to do a half with, anyways. So what ends up happening is you end up in this place where you can get done for the week on that Friday, and you go, okay guys, we got to push. Here we go. It's time to get going. We got 3 days. Let's make it happen. And you push kind of hard. You get it going. You make it happen, and you have a decent month. Here's the beautiful thing about what we have right now. The 1st falls on a Tuesday. It is way easier to take a 4-day week and make it feel like a 5-day week. So I can push all my guys, 10 to 20% more on, let's see, it'll be Tuesday. So Tuesday through Friday, and get a great solid start on the week. So if you get a $100,000 a month store, you can get 25 out of that week when you normally would have gotten 20. If you got $200,000 a month store, you can get, you would have gotten 50 on a normal week. You could probably get 45 to 48, maybe even still get 50. Just push them. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get everybody pumped up, get them excited. Tell them about how much they're going to make in the pay period. Then guess what? You have the same thing at the end. At the end, you got another 4 days you can stretch into a whole week. Get everybody to work a little bit longer. Now, the way I pull this off in my shops is I run my own kind of proprietary system. We do a sales tracker. We predict and analyze our sales before the month even closes out. So, sorry, I can hear my kids' toys falling around in the back. So we track and we know what we're going to hit for the month and everything, but we also track our productivity. So just because you have, let's use easy math. Let's say it's a $100,000 a month shop, and we're at 3 days from the end of the month. No, let's say 5 days from the end of the month. 20-day month, 20 business day month. So it's like a 30-day month. I don't know, what would be a 30-day month, like in April or something. And you're running through, and you got 20 business days. 15 days have gone by, so it's 3 whole weeks. And at that point, you're at 75%. So at 75%, you're sitting there and you're trying to go, okay, how can I get this all together? How can I get this combination to match and make sense? So at that right there, at that particular position, you stop and you think to yourself, okay, I'm at 75%. If I can get my numbers from here to here, I can make a huge difference. And this is what I'm talking about. At 75%, your sales should be at 75,000. but your production may only be at 65,000. So what I want to do is I want to be oversold to 85,000 and my production at 75, because remember, production, what you get done and completed out for the month is what counts. Or, and this is another way to do it, if let's say your sales are at 75% or 75,000 and you're at the 75% mark of the month, 3 weeks are done, you go to your techs and you say, okay guys, we're at 65% in production, not in pickups, but production. So that means at any given point, we've got 10% of our workload that we're behind on, so $10,000 that we're behind on, which means that at the end of the month, you will have to make up $10,000 in that last day in production. And at 10,000 bucks, what is that? $5,000 worth of parts, $5,000 worth of labor, $5,000 worth of labor divided by $100 on the effective labor rate. If that's roughly what you're at, that's 50 hours worth of work that has to get out on top of what you already had sold on that last day of the month. So I push my staff to eliminate it. Sorry, I gotta navigate here. So if I were you, when I'm at the end of that 3-week part of the month, I stop and I think, okay, how can I make this happen? How can I get my guys at $75,000 in sales to get up to $72,000, $73,000 worth of production? Right there, so they're right there at the end of the month nipping on the butt. You won't be able to push your staff hard at the end if you don't. A lot of shops, they push really hard at the end of the month to have a big month and get it all out, or really hard at the end of the pay period. I would encourage you guys, and this is me, but I would encourage you to slow down and say, how can I, at the halfway point, at the 3/4 point, at the 7/8 point, you know, whatever it is, push my staff to get them to believe that this is where we need to be. Get their belief in their body, in their mind, to think that this is where we need to be. So if they think, man, we can't be more than 10% behind in production, 5% behind, 3%, whatever, and I hope I'm not losing everybody on this. A lot of people don't ever teach this stuff. If you don't get to that point, then they're not going to get there. So they're just thinking, dang, that, you know, damn, that greedy owner, he just is trying to get, you know, as much out of me as possible. And they're never trying to think in their head when you push that you're trying to put more money in their pocket, in their paycheck. Sorry, somebody almost pulled out in front of me. Had to give them the stare down there. But they never understand that you're trying to put more money in their paycheck through the fact that you're increasing the hours they're turning. Sorry, my car is Bluetooth to my phone, so it's going off when I get email. So I really want to encourage you guys. Think about it. Halfway point, 3/4 point, 7/8, you know, 9/10, whatever it is. Talk to your staff about the hours they've got produced and how many more hours they have got to get caught up with what has been sold in the front of the shop. The backlog and the parts sitting on the shelf ready to go on cars. How many parts they got to hang. You've got to get that mindset going in their mind so they're nipping on the heels of the service advisors. If you do this at the end of the month, you don't have to push real hard. Now, if you're accrual, this, you know, probably means more than if you're cash. If you run your accounts on cash, then the problem with running them on cash is you never really know what you do in your month. I don't believe in that. I don't teach that. I believe in accrual. And so any of these cars I just rolled up into my shop, so any of these cars that are sitting up here done, all around here and all back there, over there, any of those cars, I probably made you car sick, that are done, then I have to set it up so that the technician gets paid when it, you know, it's washed, it's clean, it's parked out front, tires shine, vacuumed out, ready to go, and nose parked out at all times. So I have my shop set up. Dang, we are full this morning. I can't find a parking spot. I have to have my shop set up so that it makes sense and I'm able to get the work out the door and motivate my technicians. You've got to do the exact same thing. Make sure that you have a system in place that you can track. You can say, okay, all this work is going out this month. It's going to happen. Sorry, I'm watching my backup camera. Don't want to hit this car behind me. And you want to make sure it's going to happen and it's going to get completed. And then you can get the cash collected when it comes in, but you can still pay that tech and that payroll. That's another lesson, but I had to hit on that real quick. So hope this Wednesday morning motivation helped you out. I hope you're ready to kill it going into August. This could be the biggest month of the year. It's super hot, at least in Tennessee. It's hot. Hopefully where you're at, it's hot. If you're up in Minnesota, Washington State, Hawaii, California, Alabama, Florida, Montana, Washington State, Texas, good old Texas. I love Texas. Wherever it is you may be, make sure you're pumping it out and getting it rocking so that when you roll into August, you're ready to go. You don't want a bunch of rollover into August. So go out there, motivate your team right now Find the old guy, tell them how much you appreciate him. Find the young girl or guy, appreciate them, love on them. Buy some pizza for everybody for the end of the month. Hand out popsicles, high-fiving them. You know, whatever you got to do. And then, as soon as you get the next month, hit it hard. Give them a little break, maybe around the 5th to the 10th, back off a little bit. Then start hitting it hard again as you get to the 15th and start cranking it. And then slowly be cranking it up through the month so you're not hitting them over the head with the club at the very end of the month. Let's make it happen. All right, guys. Let's go rock. I'll see you.